Hello everyone, and yes, that is right. I am the one, the only, none other than UK finest Ricky J. Welcome to the welcome to I'm UK's finest Ricky J, bringing you the hard-hitting takes, straight up banter, and bold predictions. Welcome to a late night edition of the People's Wrestling Podcast. There is a reason for this. We go ahead and first of all get that up. So, there are a few mistakes that I made earlier on. Now I would have redone this straight after. So I did this earlier on, made mistakes when redone it right afterwards, but had to do a SmackDown preview and SmackDown watch along. So this is the first time they can redo it. So that is a reason for that. I am still on the hunt for a podcast co-host. For that to be you, let me know. I'm just going to quickly try and speed through this, get this done as quick as I can because I've already done this. So there's that. Hello to all those watching on the Hardcore Sports Network, and really quickly, do go and check out the Forbidden Podcast. Go and check out their latest episode today. And next week, Nick will be here on the People's Wrestling Podcast. Now, with all that said, with all that out the way, let's get right into suicide diving into segment number one here, which of course is what's cooking at the table. So what have I been up to? So real quick, as I'm coming through, it seems like hello to you, Tyler Helton. This is a redo for the People's Wrestling Podcast. What is up? Hello to you. So I'm gonna try. I've already done this, as I said in the few opening seconds here. So I'm going to speed through most of these segments. So, what have I been up to? Heading to the gym as always. Did go to my craft class that I always go to. I did make a half and half one of those. And earlier today, did go to my Crown Green Bowling. And that is pretty much what I've been up to. Got more of this thing coming up. But guys, let me know what you have coming up. Let's go right into segment number 2 here. A tag team duo of segments. So I talk about all the glitz, the glamour, the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Oscars. Because it can only be me 1 second. Only be movie talk. So what movies have I been watching since last time I was on? Well, 2 of them, in fact, and those 2 are very quickly, technical difficulties here. StreamYard playing up as always. So the movies I've been watching are Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan Ghost War. This was a decent film. I'm going to give it a rating of B-. And the second movie I've watched is The Sheep Detectives. Funny, worth a watch. I think it was the same directors, the same producers that made Babe. You've got talking sheep in this, and they try and solve a crime. But with that said, also gets a B minus. I'm going to go ahead and try and I'm going to delete these right now. If they appear on your screen, that's what I'm doing. So there is no This Week in Wrestling History, but we do have one story, one thing to talk about. So let's get into that studio, look at our phones, the alerts are on, read all about it. It can only be news and headlines. There is one, like I said, news story to discuss and talk about and get my thoughts, get my views on, and that is Big Damo and Nikki Cross or Nikki Storm by Progress and Defy Wrestling. Therefore, Progress Wrestling sold. So get your thoughts in on this, guys. I don't know if you guys, over there in the US are familiar with, and let me put this up while I'm discussing it. Familiar with Progress Wrestling. They do shows over there on WrestleMania weekend, but I've been to a number of Progress shows. We'll probably go to some in the future. So yeah, this is interesting for me. I thought the owners, Lee McAteer and Martin Best, would kind of be the owners forever. Progress Wrestling has seen a few new owners. So it's interesting that it's been sold once again. Now, something I did hear, something I read, could be a rumor, could be something or nothing, but they're going to be changed from Progress Wrestling to Absent Mark Wrestling. Don't know if that's true or not. We'll have to wait and see. But my thoughts are, be really interesting to see what path, what journey Big Damo and Nikki Cross or Nikki Storm is going to take the future of Progress Wrestling. On the other side of this, because this episode is stacked, got a lot to get through. On the other side of this, we're going to have an unpackaging or an unboxing. But first, summer is coming through. The sun is out. It's heating up. You want to go out and represent. We go on Pinfall counts out 3 shout outs. I mean, to the People Wrestling Channel Hall of Fame. Yes, the People Wrestling Channel Hall of Fame. And there's only one way to do that, and that is this. But that is right. Protein Tees Gummers 1, Protein Tees Gummers 1. We go ahead and take that off as we crack open Suicide Dive and get into what is inside this month's Wrestle Crate. As always, T-shirt will go to the side. So we have in next month's Wrestle Crate, Kevin Owens autograph. And I got see coming through here. Why use AI generated t-shirts? I don't know. Good question. But thank you for the comment anyway. But rolling along here, also we'll have to watch Knights of the Four Horsemen AWE. I've got 2 pins this time because in the last one they didn't include this, so I've got it in this one, and that is a CM Punk pipe bomb pin. Got a 2 sweet pin, and just to answer your question, toasty burnt toast. They aren't necessarily AI generated. They are just I don't know. I don't really know how to answer your question on that one, really. But moving along. Also got in this the big book of wrestling puzzles. So you've got in it word searches, like link the tag teams, link the nicknames, crosswords. I think that's what they call them, crossword puzzles. If you guys can see that. Also having, what's this? Wrestling Night Decision Dice. So, very quickly, so there's 3 dice in it. Next Gen, Modern, Attitude Era, PG, Golden Era, or Dealer's Choice. The next dice is, let's put the crate there. What food you can have whilst watching the wrestling. So sorry, this is another one. So indie, hardcore, big company, Japanese wrestling, old school, or anything live. And this one is what food you can have should you want to order a takeaway or something. So pizza, burger, Indian, kebab, Chinese, or picky tea. The autographs in it, we've got 2 as always. So the first one is UK's own Wolfgang. And the second one here is Jey Uso. That is right, Jey Uso's autograph. And the t-shirt is The Undertaker taking souls and digging holes. That is the t-shirt this time around. Now, speaking of packages, there'll be a lot of people today opening up their birthday packages because it is wrestlers' birthdays, and those birthdays are in no particular order. The new international champion Konosuke Takeshita, Ridge Holland, Nia Jax, Pete Gas, the Brian Kendrick, Hornswoggle, and Steve Corino. A big happy birthday to all of you. Now, let's roll along here further with looking at today's wrestling scene, and we do that with Wrestling Roundup. Nothing on Dynamite really to discuss. Going to go right into last week's. Give me 1 second here just to move these. So last week's Evolve, because of course I did last week's podcast beforehand. So give me 1 second here, 1 second to get those results for you. So we saw Layla Diggs defeat Anya Roon, Chaz Starboy Hall, the same with CJ Fowler. Two Martinez in the ring. Tristan Angels came out. Aaron Rourke did. It was a contract signing. And Tate Wilder sent Cam Hendricks packing. So cool for Layla Diggs. Same for Chaz Starboy Hall. Contract signing, really nothing to say. And Tate Wilder winning. Also cool. I'm going to give Evolve a half thumbs up. Getting into last week's Friday Night SmackDown. That saw Rhea Ripley come on out. Then Charlotte, Alexa Bliss did. Then Fatal Influence did. Tala Tonga got the upper hand of Shinsuke Nakamura. Tiffany Stratton retained against Lash Legend. Trick Williams and Lil Yachty came out on the stick. Carmelo Hayes did later a match where Carmelo Hayes knocked off. Carmelo Hayes got knocked off. Match made for Clash in Italy. Fatal Influence taking the L against Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair. So the Sequoia snatching a W from Damian Priest, and Cody Rhodes ends the night on a high, going through attack. So very good. We've got to go through all of that. We've got plenty to get through here. Raw, NXT, everything. So Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair coming out. Phil did basically just later a match later on. What's happened to Shinsuke Nakamura? Tala Tonga is going to get a push. I'm not really opposed to that. He's trying to retain no shocker. Trick Williams, Lil Yachty, Carmelo Hayes just led to a contest. Trick Williams beating Carmelo, okay. Real Fatal Influence for me, unfortunately, to come just under the 3 people tag team trio faction on the roster. Call them what you like. Cool that Solo is getting a push. And Cody Rhodes beating Sami Zayn, okay. Going through attacking, obviously hypes up Clash in Italy. For those that didn't watch my last week's Friday Night SmackDown watch along, I'm sorry that I fell asleep throughout it. Was really feeling the weather. Also, had been to a show earlier that day, so I was tired from that. Hadn't had much sleep, but if you didn't want my SmackDown watch along, I'm going to give that also a half thumbs up. Saturday night's main event saw Jay Cargill, B-Fab, and Michin start out on winning ways against their opponents, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss. So Ruka got a DQ victory against Becky Lynch. Ethan Page came up short against Penta. Brie Bella and Page and Brie Bella retained, and so did the Vision. So quickly, Jade going over and pinning Rhea Ripley, building momentum heading into Clash in Italy. Sol Ruka getting the win by DQ. I suppose that makes nobody look weak, I guess. And it also still plays into the thing of Jessica Core, the referee, possibly building to a match between Becky and Jessica. I don't know. Maybe for the title. I don't know. Penta retaining didn't leave me aghast. Neither did Brie Bella and Paige retaining, and neither did the Vision. Those that weren't here for my SmackDown, Saturday Night's main event watch along, also a half thumbs up. And speaking of a watch along, do join me on Sunday, me, myself, Mitch, and AK for our Clash in Italy preview and watch along. Getting into AEW Double or Nothing, and for those saying it was the best show of the year, for me, WrestleMania Night 2, but the buy-in pre-show 0 hour usually is good. This time I thought was pretty meh, but you had Divine Dominion surviving against Zeta Steel and Viva Van, Death Riders defeating and beating the Ops, and then Shane Taylor Promotions leaving as losers. So really not much to be said there. The women's tag match I didn't think anything of. I didn't really think of anything of any. 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Getting a little bit breathless. I was trying to speed through this because I've already done this. I've already said these things, but I am already doing it. Doing it once again. Death Riders taking the dub. Nothing really there. The only thing is, they've got something with Big Boom AJ continuing that winning streak. He's undefeated. They've got something there. Didn't really see much of the first match. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Didn't really see much because the stream I was watching it on wasn't really the best. But it was a New York fight. I quit match for the AEW World Tag Team titles, and winning that gold, Cope and Christian. Konosuke Takeshita dethroned Okada. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Owen Hart tournament finals. 1 on the women's deal, and Athena dispatched Mina Shirawaka. Before that, after that, Jon Moxley retained. Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland will go on to advance. Samoa Joe Bandito, not so much. So, cool to see Cobb and Christian tag team champions again. Because I didn't see much of the match, but what I saw of it was good. So was Takeshita and Okada. Does make sense for him to win the title. Athena winning and going on to the semi-finals, is it? Cool. Jon Moxley retaining. I wasn't in a state of shock. Will Ospreay Swerve Strickland, same deal. Thekla keeping hold on to the women's championship. I can't say I was amazed by this. I predicted this. Jericho's team winning Stadium Stampede. Okay. And MJF, you're a three-time AEW World Champion. So does it really matter who wins Stadium Stampede? For me, this was I get that anything can happen and it's mayhem, but for me, it's ever so slightly goofy. And MJF retaining. Personally, I would have possibly, maybe, perhaps, I don't really know how I feel about it, but maybe kept the title on. Darby Allin continue to give him all these wins. He can really look undefeated, unbeatable. And then he takes on Will Ospreay at All In London. But that isn't the deal. MJF keeps his hair and takes home the championship. I'm going to give Double or Nothing as an overall pay-per-view a big thumbs up. For me, I say this every time about AEW, it is the length, it is the overloaded card. For me, which would be 8 matches. That was 2 on the pre-show, even 1 on the pre-show, and then the rest on the main card. But that is just me. Moving to all things red. So Paul Heyman in the squared circle. Oba Femi strutted out. Penta retained over Javon Evans. Austin Theory destroyed Joe Hendry. Bailey and Lyra Valkyria took on the winner's share of the purse against Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. LA Knight, came out, then Jimmy Uso did. So, quickly, the Paul Heyman Oba Femi stuff is to hype that. Penta retaining, this was a good match. Joe Henry being taken out, okay. Bailey and Lyra Valkyria now can get a shot at the women's tag team titles, maybe even win them. Who knows? LA Knight, Jimmy Uso, that was that promo was okay. Seth Rollins in his hand raised high against Montez Ford. Rey Mysterio proving he still has it at the age of 51 against Rusev. Ethan Page on commentary. Brawl after the match. Dragon Lee makes a save. And then Adam Pearce in the ring. Jacob Fatu came out. Roman Reigns did contract signing. So, Seth Rollins beats Montez Ford. Really no thoughts of that. Then Rey Mysterio still got it at 51, but maybe Rusev should have won this. Rey Mysterio Hall of Famer. But maybe he's doing the tag team match next week. Ray and Dragon Lee versus Ethan and Rusev, I would imagine. That's where they're going with this. And then Adam Pearce, Jake Fatu, Roman Reigns contract signing. Hypes up that. Raw gets an almost thumbs up. I thought it was quite a decent Raw. I know some people may agree, but that's them. On to NXT. Kalani Jordan began the night on a win. Dark State came out on the stick. Shawn Legacy, Dorian Van Duke in a speed match ended in a draw. Jada Parker got the betterment of Layla Diggs. Tony Angelo came out. Iraku did. Cam Hendricks did. Romeo Marino in a speed match advanced right into the finals, but Nathan Fraser did not. The Culling attacked OTM. Charlotte Hill got the upper hand on Charlie Dempsey, and Lola Vice is still your NXT Women's Champion. So very quickly, let me go through all of that. Kalani Jordan maybe now needs to be put into the title picture. Cool promo by Dark State. Charlie Legacy, Dorian Van Duke, speed match draw, okay. Layla Diggs not getting the win, but Jada Parker did. Maybe Jada Parker needs a few wins under her belt. Tony Angelo and Iraku, Cam Hendricks stuff was interesting. Romeo Marino, this is what it's all about. A new face on the scene. Nathan Fraser doesn't look bad after this loss. But Romeo Marino's beaten someone on the main roster. The Culling attacking OTM, okay. Charlotte Hill continues to be a winner, and Lola Vice retaining. I wasn't shocked, but Izzy Dame looked good in defeat, and I give it a half thumbs up. This week's Evolve by DQ, Harlem Lewis took a win away from Brandon Cole. Sloan Jacobs and Nikita Lyons got the 1, got the 2, got the 3 on Wendy Cho and Laney Luck. Aaron Rourke is still your reigning, defending Evolve champion. And then the Mug Squad hit the ring. Then Cappuccino Jones, Sam Holloway, and Marcus Mathers did. So Looks like they're turning Holland Lewis face. I would imagine that's what I'm getting from this. Nikita Lyons can't even get a win in a tag team match, and his thoughts are bringing up to the main roster. Okay. Aaron Rourke retaining. I'm not shocked by that. It looks like they're going to set up some multi-man match, some tag team match, maybe next week, I would imagine. This week's Evolve gets also a half thumbs up. Let me go ahead and play an ad. Got some predictions to do. Go over my next lady show went to. Then I'm out of here. Like I said, I'm redoing this because mistakes made earlier on. I've fixed those mistakes. But let me go ahead and play this. That is right. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Let's put our wrestling brains to work with that is right. So this Sunday's clash in Italy. We'll keep this up whilst I'm predicting. So, in no particular order, Sol Ruka, Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I think that Sol Ruka wins here. Otherwise, for me, she becomes just another person on the roster, even the more that she has already. I don't think her theme music helps. So yeah, there's that. I think Sol Ruka takes the gold. Brock Lesnar over Femi 2. I can see Brock Lesnar winning here. Then the third match at Night of Champions. Rhea Ripley defends against Jade Cargill. I think the WWE Women's Championship, I think Rhea Ripley does indeed retain. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the men's or the undisputed WWE Championship. I do think Gunther is taking the gold. Whether that's because of Sami Zayn or not, I don't know. But I do feel that it's time for a new champion. To me, Cody Rhodes is stale. The only other person he could lose it to is Orton. Is Orton even due back? I did hear something that he is next month, but who knows? I'm predicting Gunther wins. And then Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, travel combat for the men's World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns retains. But I'm almost done here, and I say almost because it is now time for the final segment, which of course is my outs and abouts going to and from wrestling events. So 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. So not that. Damn. Come on. So it is that Wrestling Days Out. And the latest show I went to was BTW WrestleMania. Do go and check out my vlog for it. Hearing a little bit more of the show here. Good enough show. Have been to a number of BTW shows. Maybe me going to the next one in July. We'll have to wait and see. Do keep posted. Easy enough to get there and back. Nice little venue to have wrestling. Play a perfect venue. Cheap enough drinks. Didn't meet one of the wrestlers, and yeah, there's that. I'm going to give BTW WrestleMania a half thumbs up. Was a decent show. Let me go ahead and delete these. Then I'm off to watch a bit of mystery wrestling. Give me a few seconds here. So remember to share, like, subscribe, share, like, subscribe. Then next week's episode I'll have on Nick from Forbidden Podcast. Do check out this Sunday Clash in Italy preview and watch along with myself, Mitch, and AK. Like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. And always remember, it's Ricky J. We're going to be right to the fight.